Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our Albino Shad Orange Belly uh, swim jig that we're doing. I apologize, the lighting in the last video wasn't good and I'm working trying to get this one. Evidently I picked the wrong color to do because it doesn't show up very well. You put bright light on it and it's reflective and the low light doesn't catch everything in it. But and I neglected also to give some basic information. The base of this was painted with pearl white paint. Just a simple paint job, and then we used the Copic airbrush and with the Copic markers uh, to put the accents on, and then of course we did the whole eyes and epoxy coat. The one thing with the Copic is if you use something like you want to use like the component system seal coat, um, Loon clear hardhead, something that's water based, it may um, wash this ink off. For some reason, certain ones uh, it doesn't work well with. But regular DevCon 2-ton epoxy, that Copic system is fantastic. And when you go over pearl, I know you can't see it in the light, but like with this chrome orange belly you get, it really brings out the flake that's in that pearl. And you can see it in the top, but of course you're not going to see it. The lighting and my camera isn't the best, so I apologize for that. But I'm hoping you can get that scale pattern on there, that you could see that. So anyway, we got that information out there. This is a real easy pattern to tie. We're going to use some white 210 denier flat wax nylon thread to get our base started. Real easy. Not too many colors. And first thing we're going to put on is, this is white silver flake. You could also use white pearl. The reason I like using the white silver flake is you get a little bit of the flash, and it breaks up that pearl color. It actually makes it a little brighter. So I kind of prefer that. So just going to lay the whole tab on top here and then just work it around. Normally, I find it easier if I cut the tab in half and uh, put half on one side and half on the other. But today I'm going pretty quick, so I'm gonna just leave it be. So we got our white tab in place. Make sure our length is good. And it's, again, this is white with silver flake. And you see I have a little gap at the top. I want it to be like that because the next thing we're going to do, this is metallic pearl gray. And this is why I wanted that white, because we got the gray. And what we're using here is a half tab. And all we're going to do is put it right on top. Make a wrap or two. And we're going to bring it down around the sides. Just like we did with that paint. This gives it that little bit of gray that's in there. Make a couple of good wraps here after that layer. Okay, then we're going to take a half tab. This color is called Backbone Blue. It's a smoke with a blue tint. It goes really well with this smoky blue, although I got a little light, lighter than what I normally do when I do this pattern. And I'll show you what this pattern is for once we're done with this. I would use a clear weed guard. I'm not going to throw a weed guard in this for the video, just to keep it brief. But we'll get our our backbone blue on there, just enough to give it some depth, some color, and then we'll flip it back over. And the last thing, it's going to have a total of 54 strands. This is called perch belly. It's a paler orange, but it's got this green flake in it. I shouldn't say pale, it's like a translucent orange with this green glitter in it. And I know with the light hitting it, it looks pretty bright, but it's actually subtle. It's a nice subtle flash, and it really shows up in the sunshine. So what you have is you have one tab of that white silver flake, and then you have a half a tab of everything else. A half a tab of the perch belly, half a tab of the metallic pearl gray, and a half a tab of that backbone blue. And I'm just going to simply button up this collar, and we'll be done. And I'm using a good bit of pressure here. This is an easy one too. If you wanted to wire tie 3 colors, this one's easy because the colors overlap. You're not keeping them completely separated. So this would be a good one to wire tie if you're into that. For me, just doing layers makes it easier with the thread, but this would be an easy one to do with wire. So now we're gonna whip finish this. Got a little overzealous there. 2, 3. Boy, every time on that third one, it seems it wants to do it. Well, one more time. Well, we got 5 there. I'll just do one more 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, I know. If I do it by hand, it'd probably be easier, but I'm not great at it. My name's not Adam. He does this. It's second nature to him. I do it by hand, and, well, looks like that game you played when you were a kid when you held that the strings together with your hand. Don't ask me what they called that. I can't remember anymore. Brain's not working. So now I'm just gonna, there goes my bobbin. Just gonna cut the strands free here. There's my scrap bin. Boy, come on, nothing's cooperating with me today. Must have got somebody upset at me. Okay. And there we have our Albino Shad OB, or orange belly. But we're going to throw a trailer on. And this is an Eco Pro swing shad. I like these for trailers more so than the Kitech, and the reason being is this plastic is stronger. It's tougher, but it still has a good action. I can bring this through brush and not have it scathed, where the Kitech ones, if I'm really beating it up, the trailer doesn't last very long. So this is the color, which is Albino Shad, and it works really well. We'll just line it up. This is a 3.8, by the way. And yes, this is a 5/0 hook in here, and you might think that's a little small, but I like to keep this more on the compact side. And I've had people think it's wrong doing that, but here's the thing. I don't get light bites, and I don't miss many. Um, you'll get more positive hook sets, and this is just me speaking off of my experience. You'll get more positive hookups and more and higher landing ratio when you keep this a little more compact. So that's what you end up with your albino shad. I had the filter on because you couldn't really pick up any colors. It just, the pearl was reflecting the light too much, and it was just, but there you have it. And this, again, I'm going to put a clear weed guard in this. See, there's the hole. But that's it. That's our second part. That is our albino shad OB. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.